What's up, everybody, man? It's your boy, Mr. Dugas, coming at y'all with another video, man. And today, man, I'm going to talk about, man, you had the #2 Clemson Tigers beating the Florida State Seminoles 59-10. You had the #7 Georgia Bulldogs beating the #9 Florida Gators 36-17. And you had Oklahoma State beating the #6 Texas Longhorns 38-35. First off with Clemson, man, it sucks that Kelly Bryant lost his job. A guy who, led his team to the playoff last year, and then he turned around and loses his job. But I mean, you can't help but deny, man, Trevor Lawrence gives this offense a passing dynamic that they didn't have with Kelly Bryant. Kind of similar to Alabama, where Tua gave them a passing game that they didn't have with Jalen Hurts, man. They already got the running back Travis Etienne, Jennings, Louisiana native, back there running the ball, doing his thing. Now they got Trevor Lawrence out there, true freshman, was the #2 quarterback recruit in the country, coming out there just slinging the ball all over the field, getting the ball to all the playmakers out there. So that's a whole another dynamic, man, that this team have that they didn't have last season or earlier this year, man. It's like 314 yards passing for Trevor Lawrence, man, is pretty special, man. As far as Florida State, if it wasn't for Scott Frost looking like he's looking in his first year at Nebraska, man, Willie Taggart would be getting a lot more heat than what he's getting, man. I mean, you don't want to fire a coach in his first year. You got to give him a chance to get his players in there. But, man, he got to make some big strides next year, man. 59-10 at home, that's a pretty embarrassing loss for such a proud program like Florida State. They already had the big lead on Miami earlier this year. They lost. They had the Labor Day night game at home against Virginia Tech and got beat pretty bad. They lost to Syracuse. Next year, man, he going to have to really get some things rolling, for these people in Tallahassee to start believing in him. Then you had Georgia beating Florida 36-17. And Jay Fromm looked pretty good, man. He came over to Death Valley. Death Valley, our LSU defense had got on him, did our thing, But, man, he went out there. He had 2 touchdowns to #9. He had another one out there later in the second half. Swift broke a long run. Defensively, man, they forced a couple of turnovers. And Florida, man, they just... I feel like Dan Mullen going to get this thing going in the right direction. It's just right now, man, he don't really have the players that he want. I don't even think he had the quarterback he want, man. Felipe Franks, I don't think that's the type of quarterback Dan Mullen going to have going forward. I think he's going to go for something a little better than him. Even though he played pretty decent against LSU when they beat us, but Felipe Franks ain't really the type of quarterback. I think when Dan Mullen get the type of quarterbacks he want over there in Gainesville, I think the Gators going to be something serious, you know what I'm saying? Then you had Oklahoma State beating Texas 38-35. I mean, it's the Big 12, man. Nobody plays any lick of defense in that conference. If you got a decent quarterback and a decent scoring attack, you have a chance to beat somebody 38-35, 50-45, whatever the case may be. That conference doesn't play a lick of defense, man. Tom Herman is a pretty good offensive-minded coach, but they don't have no defense over there, man. So it's like it's going to be tough for them, even if they mess around and getting like a playoff, which they're not going this year. This is their second loss. But if in the future, if he have a dynamic offense like that, he got to find some type of D coordinator or something to try to slow other teams down, man. Everybody's just always putting up points in the Big 12 and not stopping anybody at all. Their playoff hopes is pretty much dashed after their second loss of the season, losing in the first week to Maryland and then losing to Oklahoma State last night, especially coming off that big win against Oklahoma. It's kind of disappointing for them. But, yeah, man. But, yeah, that's all I got for y'all today, man. I appreciate y'all checking out the video, man. I'm going to have college football content, man, throughout the season, man. Y'all have a blessed one. Go Tigers.